Perkenalkan, nama saya Rikta Rore, kelas A4 semester 5, Fakultas Keperawatan, Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado. Tujuan saya membuat video ini adalah untuk memenuhi tugas mata kuliah Bahasa Inggris Keperawatan atas nama dosen Christina Raung, SS, M.Hum. Jadi saat ini saya akan menjelaskan tentang alat-alat kesehatan. Number 1. Stethoscope. The stethoscope is the most common medical device. A stethoscope is an acoustic instrument whose function is to examine sound in the body, such as the beating of the heart, the sound of bowel and stomach movement, and others. Abnormal sounds heard through a stethoscope are useful for diagnostic disease. This tool can provide certain sound information while eliminating other sounds. By translating the sound heard through this device, doctors can take appropriate treatment action from patients. Number 2. Thermometer. The presence of a thermometer is almost always required in all medical situations. This tool serves to measure body temperature and has several types, such as mercury thermometers, digital thermometers, and the LED infrared thermometers. Mercury thermometers are relative inexpensive, but they are less accurate, slow, and be dangerous if they break. Also, more expensive digital thermometers display the temperature as a number in just a few seconds. Infrared thermometers also use a digital system, but are used without touching in the body. Number 3. First aid kit. First aid kit, also known as P3K, first aid kit accidents. Tools are needed in the event of a minor or severe accident. First aid kit are useful from provide temporary help and treatment before getting further help. The first aid kit must contain equipment of the type of compress, plaster, antiseptic, blankets, glove, scissors, portable oxygen cleaner, bandage, sterile gauze, thermometers, safety pins, tweezers, and flashlight. The first aid kit must also be equipped with painkillers, anti-airborne drugs, aspirin, anti-allergies, medicine, liniments, and liquid ammonia. Number 4. Bedpan. In everyday language, bedpan is better known by the name of the potty. This medical device serves to accommodate the urine and face of patients who can be to the toilet. Usually, bedpans are made of metal, plastic, or glass. Number 5. Spot. A bedpan urinary is an assistive device from patient or the elderly who must remain in bed or have difficulty moving. There are several forms of potty according to the gender of the user, usually in the form of a tube or tube equipped with a handle so that it is easy to carry. The materials from making potty also vary, usually from plastic or stainless. Compared to plastic ones, stainless pots have several advantages easy to clean, better quality, and more volume. Number 6. Syringe. In medical terms, a syringe is known as a syringe spade or syringe. Maybe everyone has seen it. This tool is the form of a simple piston pump and serves to introduce liquid gas into the patient's body directly into the blood vessels. In addition, the syringe also functions to suck liquid gas as sample from laboratory tests. The size and type of syringe varies depending on the use and usually comes in a package with the needle. Syringe must be sterile and should only be used by medical personnel. Number 7. Infused. In addition to syringe, drugs or other fluid can also be inserted into the body through an infusion set. In the way liquid drugs, vitamins, or electrolytes are flowed in the body through the veins at a rate that can be regularly, constantly, from a certain time. Infusion devices are often used when patients have to be hospitalized in a hospital. The infusion set is a type of disposable medical device. Disposable. This means that the infusion set can only be used once, and after this must be discarded. Number 8. Wheelchair. Wheelchair also include medical device in the form of assistive device from people who have difficult walking. Difficult walking can result from illness like fractures or congenital defects. Based on the system, there are two types of wheelchair, namely electric and manual. Meanwhile, based on its function, wheelchair on device in several types, such as standard wheelchair from people with cerebral palsy, pediatric wheelchair from exercise, and other. Number 9. Nebulizer. Asthma sufferers must be familiar with this one tool. Nebulizers are not actually classified as medical aids. The function of the tool is to charge the form of liquid medicine into vapor or aerosol so that it is easy to inhale. With a nebulizer, the drugs will go directly into the respiratory system so that it can work more effectively and react faster. In addition to asthma, nebulizers are also commonly used to treat bronchitis, sinusitis, or other. Number 10. Glucometer. Glucometer is a tool to check blood sugar level. This tool is consistent of a lens needle, a lens tool, a measuring strip, and the measuring instrument itself. The lens needle along with the syringe is a supporting tool so that an independent blood sugar test can be done. The parts that play a direct role in measuring sugar content independently are measuring strip and measuring device. That measuring strip is is used to take blood samples and is disposable as is the lens needle. Demikianlah penjelasan saya mengenai alat-alat kesehatan. Di akhir video ini saya mengajak adik-adik yang lulus SMA atau SMK yang ingin melanjutkan di perguruan tinggi, ayo bergabung bersama kami di Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado, terlebih khusus di Fakultas Keperawatan. Terima kasih.
Selamat datang di Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado yang terletak dekat dengan kawasan bisnis Bahu Mall Manado. Tempatnya di Kelurahan Bahu, lingkungan 3 Manado, sangat strategis di pusat kota Manado. Dibangun di atas lahan seluas 2,5 hektar, Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado berdiri megah dengan ruangan 7 lantai, terdiri dari ruangan kelas, ruangan kantor, perpustakaan, laboratorium komputer, laboratorium keperawatan, pengadilan semu, dan laboratorium bahasa, kantin, serta rooftop di lantai atas. Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado memiliki 6 fakultas dengan program studi, yaitu Fakultas Pertanian, Prodi Agribisnis, Fakultas Hukum, Prodi Hukum, Fakultas Teknik, Prodi Teknik Elektro dan Teknik Sipil, Fakultas Ilmu Sosial Ilmu Politik, Prodi Ilmu Politik, Fakultas Sastra, Prodi Sastra Inggris, Fakultas Keperawatan, Prodi Ilmu Keperawatan, dan Profesi Nurse. Didukung oleh sumber daya manusia yang berkompeten dan tersertifikasi, Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado memiliki dosen dan tenaga kependidikan dengan latar belakang S2 dan S3 lulusan dalam dan luar negeri. Proses belajar mengajar dilaksanakan dengan teknologi informasi merujuk perkembangan dunia modern saat ini, dilakukan dengan sistem e-learning dan sistem ujian online atau ULAIN. Hasil tracer student Universitas Pembangunan Indonesia Manado dan fakultas menyebutkan lulusan UNPI sudah tersebar di dalam dan luar negeri. Selamat bergabung putra-putri terbaik bangsa. Kembangkan dirimu, raih cita-citamu setinggi bintang di langit. Kami siap menghasilkan generasi terbaik dan pemimpin di masa depan.